I want to say this is the first time they've ever faced off, Chase.
That's correct. They have been in the same absolute brackets, but it never quite worked out. And yeah, look at that height advantage for Victor Hugo. Pretty unmistakable. And we're off and running here. And what's interesting about this matchup, too, is that Victor Hugo typically favors his guard to start things off, whereas Bergini is most comfortable enacting his pressure, passing from top. Part of me wants to see that play out, but I don't know if either man favors that in this scenario here. So let's see how things start off here.
Yeah, we see Victor Hugo in the blue gi. He's recently come off a very strong training camp. The Six Blades team based in Austin, Texas, under the supervision of Shanji Hibero. They had a pretty solid Masters Worlds training camp, and they brought together huge guys. And don't be mistaken, you know, the Masters are very skilled, very strong, and I heard that the average training session, the smallest guy on the mat was 200 pounds, Chase.
Oh, it was incredible. I had a chance to visit their camp, actually, and it was massive. Terrifying, in fact, where Victor Hugo looks almost normal compared to everyone else. So, yeah, he's been training with some big boys. And actually, Shanji Ribeiro pointed out ahead of both this event and the World Championships that Victor Hugo has put a renewed focus on strength and conditioning. They thought that might have been the last missing puzzle piece for him. So, let's see if he shows some of that off today.
For a man his size, though, and he likes to call it the big man flow, he is very agile and has a wonderful ability to invert and play from bottom. Very agile guard for such a big man. But Batista, pound for pound, one of the strongest guys, I would say, in any division. And very interesting to note as well, because, you know, Audrey Galvao has said to me in the past, he's like Batista just doesn't get tired, and, you know, he's like a locomotive that just keeps on picking up steam, and just drives through anything in front of him. And if he gets on top, his pressure passing is absolutely incredible. But much like Hugo, Batista actually has a very well-developed bottom game. Great open guard, great 50-50 guard, and he has the ability to unbalance Victor Hugo from bottom. It's just we'll see how that weight advantage stacks up and how that changes things, right?
Yeah, Victor having definitely not afraid of putting his weight on Gustavo right now, just making things uncomfortable in the opening minutes here. But Gustavo regularly competes in the absolute division, so this is nothing new for him per se. They're just about the same age. Gustavo, the more accomplished of the two, three-time Pan champion, 2018 World Champion, European champ. Right now, Victor Hugo has conquered the 21 Pan Championships and is also a no-gi World Champ.
Well, Gustavo got his black belt sort of a generation or so just before Victor Hugo, right? He got it a little earlier, competed as a black belt since 2018, whereas Victor Hugo got his in 2019 after the World Championships. There's actually a penalty against Gustavo Batista for an illegal grip. And now we see this is the big pressure here from Victor Hugo. Looks to clear those legs. Gustavo Batista goes to his knees, denies the pass points, concedes an advantage. We'll see Victor Hugo try to either take the back or roll through, but look at the guard from Batista. This is actually where the size is a factor in that Batista's able to maybe find those holes, find his way out, his escapes. Being the smaller competitor can work in your favor sometimes.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
But Gustavo is not upset about ending up here in that scramble. This is definitely one of his best positions. You see him working to come up on top.
And look at this. This is a reversal of fortunes. Victor Hugo launching Gustavo Batista off the mats, and they're going to restart in the center. But it just goes to show that if you can handle the pressure of the big man and use your jiu-jitsu, you can find a way out. And then Gustavo Batista was able, and he had a pretty good shot there. Was denied by the lack of space, but could have turned things around. They'll restart things in a neutral position as they went out of bounds in a scramble. but it's one advantage apiece, one penalty against Gustavo Batista for gripping inside the pants. Here's a little look at the replay quickly as they go up and out of bounds, but the action has restarted. Let's go back into the center of the mat, and we're about, well, we're coming up on the halfway mark, Chase.
Got some great exchanges early. Got to see how Gustavo could handle the pressure. Did just fine, and you have to wonder if that penalty may come back to haunt him as things may be very close to the bitter end of this match here. Gustavo pulls again. Victor looking to put the pressure on, put the smash down, but Gustavo in a comfortable position here as he enters the lasso guard. Couple legendary figures here in our coaching corners. We have Andre Galvao behind Gustavo Batista and Shanji Ribeiro, the coach of Victor Hugo, both of which stoically watching their students go through. They have a lot of trust in their athletes, Hal.
Two of the most credentialed athletes in the history of Jiu-Jitsu on the sidelines here, watching this next generation of black belts do their thing here at the IBJJF Heavyweight GP. Just over 4 minutes remaining, and this is a very close encounter indeed. And Victor Hugo had success when he was able to close the distance, when he was able to get his hips closer to Gustavo Batista. He had Gustavo on the run there, but I think that he felt, man, I need to hold him down, because if I give Gustavo some space, he's out. He can find a way out. And Gustavo, though, using this kind of open lasso guard and isn't really attempting to sweep from bottom.
No, he's framing off nicely, and again, as we enter the dying minutes of the round here, 3.5 left, basically, he may be thinking about the last critical score that may win him or lose him the match, which is why he's being very patient here. I'm sure he has faith that he can sweep. And the question is, can he remain on top? We saw Victor Hugo immediately counter back with an elevation the last time he came up on top. He may be considering that fact right now.
Absolutely, he is one penalty down as well. He's going to be very mindful of that fact. Batista working this open guard. Pant grip with his left hand, sleeve grip with his right. Now we see Hugo closing the distance. There's an attempt at a little tilt sweep from the lasso from Batista on bottom. Victor Hugo circling into the lasso. Seen a lot of lasso guard here this weekend.
We have, and we can see Victor has removed the lasso for now. Gustavo looking to thread it back in. I believe he has. It's hard to see from this angle, but a lot of pressure now from Hugo on top.
The lasso is a powerful weapon, especially for an opponent who's driving forward. But Gustavo Batista slides the hook out and goes into the closed guard. They will reset in the center of the mats. I'm interested to know, Chase, what you think. Is this match going as you envisioned?
Yeah, you would have thought that Victor Hugo would have liked to use his size advantage from top, which is what we're seeing. Like I said, before the match started, I would have, ideally, selfishly, I want to see Gustavo Batista try and pass Victor Hugo's guard. I think that's a crazy matchup. But yes, I think this is playing to Victor's strengths, and Gustavo's doing a nice job in negating them in his own way. Very razor-thin match here, small margins, as only separated by one penalty. But I think most fans might have expected something like this.
Just over 2 minutes remaining. Man, Victor Hugo driving forward. Big pressure there. Maybe inviting Gustavo Batista to open the guard, but both his arms are out. Elbows were on the mats there. It would be a bold move for Batista on bottom to open the guard and try and close up and up high, go for like an armbar or triangle. But imagine if we see him go for anything here, he'll be making space, feet in the hips, and trying to push away Victor Hugo. But the question is, how does Hugo get out of this position? Because he's just tied up Will he stand? Will he try to open the guard? Oh, this is nice. Use of the lapel here. This is the gubba guard, they like to call it, when you use the lapel. Your opponent's gi up and over the back, but Batista thinking about it.
And Victor may need to start thinking about standing up here. He would not want to receive a penalty in the last minute to tie things up.
No. We do see now, we see that Batista going for a scissor sweep there. He's doing his best to use his legs as levers from this bottom position. Here's the agility of Victor Hugo, hopping over that near side leg, trying to circle his way around the guard.
Yeah, Victor doing a nice job of committing to that pass attempt. Didn't get as far as he would have liked, but a lot of action from him. A serious threat for Gustavo. Now we see more pressure in the dying 30 seconds of this round. Gustavo Batista needs to make something happen should he wish to advance.
This is better from Victor Hugo now. He's managed to get into this kind of smash pass position here in this half guard. Head on the near side. He's got a very deep underhook. Victor Hugo aggressively positioning his head on the near side, making it very difficult for Gustavo Batista. That left arm is out and away, but time will expire, and it is just one penalty point that separates them. Victor Hugo takes the win. Actually, he gets the second advantage in the dying seconds of the match there. So the official result, 2 advantages to 1, 0-0. Victor Hugo will advance through into the final of this heavyweight GP. Victor Hugo of Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu, the 24-year-old, advances through the winner here in this opening round match of the heavyweight GP.
Still all the credit in the world to Gustavo Batista. To go down by 1 advantage to someone like Victor Hugo is, of course, not what he would have liked, but still impressive all the same.